Yo, you know what it is. Probably TV. I'll be that boy Shonzarelly, you know. You know what it is. Tune in. It's up. You know, I've been doing the music for a for a second, you know, in and out, but seriously for a minute. I've been laying back lately because I recently went on a stretch, you know, with my own career. Um, it's more so it's like a my own classroom, you know what I'm saying? So for anybody wondering why I've been laying back, I'm just reviewing my own personal studies right now, and then I'm gonna push forward. But I had to take myself because I came in at one point with Big Deuce and the Section Boys, um, like somewhat as a manager, and I was at the verge of really giving up, and they pretty much persuaded me to just keep on pushing myself as well. So with that being said, I did so and just took myself as a trainee, something to learn off, you know. So with that being said, I released the album Buzzer Beater, just pretty much to see how it go because at the time, singles was doing their thing, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where you from originally, man? I heard you say Banks. That's where you originally from?
Yeah, I'm from Banks, born in Scotland, raised in Banks, but I represent the island. The island is to cross the highway from Banks,
Okay.
but 3 streets, but it go hard.
How long you been doing music?
Um, I've been doing music since for a long time. I'm gonna just say that
And
part.
what made you fall in love with it?
Bruh, man, I remember being at a house party, and the house party, my boy, Tiger, he had a party on the back end at Banks. And I hear this dude going off on the mic. Man, he ripping. So I had to make my way through a crowd to see who it was. Little did you know it was my brother, dude who sleep in the room right next to me. So I'm like, if he can do it, I know I can push forward. So there it was.
Okay. So do you remember the first time you went to a studio and did your first song?
Um, yeah, it was actually with him. We had formed the group, really a record label, Blood Thicker Than Water. We were recorded with Greg Dukes. Shout out to Greg Dukes.
Yeah, shouts out to Greg Dukes.
Dukes was a real pioneer in the game that taught us a whole lot. You know.
Right. Okay, so Shonzarelly, man, what that mean? That means something?
Shonzarelly really it means me, but it's a form that came from Fonzarelli, E40. Shout out to E40. Because my character, I identify my character somewhat like his. I speak in a different manner, not in the same manner that he does, but I got my own little swag.
Okay. Well, you say you've been laying low, now you back in the game, you know what I mean? You got some new music coming, you working on something new, or you about to work on something new?
Well, I'm about to work on something new, like you say. I just been doing some evaluating because still and all, even though I'm an artist, I'm still working as the president and also somewhat as a manager with a couple artists. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm about to get back at it a little bit because the best way to teach is by example anyway.
Okay, well, by you being delegation right now, what you seeing right now in the game, by you kind of being in the background, what you seeing going on in the game?
I see a lot of change of direction, which I expected it to come, because it's not a lot of real authentic music out there anymore, and a lot of people are trying to fade away from the fakeness of things, So I was expecting that to come around.
Okay, what's the last song you did or the last project you put out?
Last song I did was a song with Big Deuce and Snap, Going Up.
Okay, well, we can find that on YouTube?
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. But the re-recording will be out soon. Unfortunately, we recorded the whole song with the mic backwards. Full of, you know how it be.
Okay, for the people, like the first time you were hearing about Shonzarelly, what kind of artist are you?
Man, I'm high energy. Everything I do is really to the roof. That's what I'm all about. The energy, you know.
You right? Are you, like you off the dome?
I write. All I do is write. You know.
Okay, so high energy mean like a Lil Jon and the East Side Boy high energy, or just high energy as far as lyrics?
Lyrics, style, just high energy. I like to keep people on the high note because most of the music today is based on sorrows and sadness, and I try to be the opposite. You know, it's too much of that already, so I'm trying to give them something else.
Okay, so growing up in the game, and who a couple artists inspired you, or who was you listening to growing up?
E40.
Shouts out to E40 and the
Yeah,
Clissic.
40 was a real, pushing point. You know, him and the whole clique. I want really. With that being said, I probably was the clique themselves. You know, because I recognize how they came out as a family. You know, and we came in the game in the same way, trying to push. You know, and mimic the same blueprint that they had already put out. You know.
Right. So E40 and the Click, man. Is E40 still making music right now? I think he is.
Oh yes.
I think he's selling
E40.
water too. I think he got bottled water out. 40
E40.
water.
He got Earl Stevens drinks. He got matter of fact, he got about 3 different alcohol drinks. He got water. He out the chain. Shout out to 40. He out the chain
Yeah, off
right
the
now.
chain out. Yeah. So who you working with like right now besides Big Deuce, man? Anybody else you can name? Go on, throw him out there.
My boy Tony Tremendous, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, he finally about to come out there. So I'm trying to, work on him with on the management part as well with everything I learned from myself. Get a little test run and see how it goes.
Well, you had to come back for a reason, man. What you miss about the game? The net, you would have been like, I ain't messing with it no more.
Strangely, since I laid back, I've been hearing a lot of my music getting a lot of spins, a lot of, sometimes it take time and, time and chance or whatever you may call it, but, things on the road right now, so I'm about to take the little energy I'm getting and try to roll with it.
Man, when people hear your music, man, like what type of reaction they be giving you, man? You get a lot of good reactions from it?
Yeah, I make people want to move. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, man. Well, I definitely gotta come to one of your shows and see how you making the people move, bro. You know, and definitely check you out, man. So, what all platforms you on? You on all of them?
I'm on everything.
And we just type in Shonzarelly.
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 Anybody down here you want to work with in Louisiana? Just base.
Louisiana. I want to work with you. I got to. It's mandatory. On the strength. A lot of people sleeping on Juve still to this day, but Juve the great.
Okay. Well, man, real quick before we get out of here, man, how would you describe Scotlandville growing up to you?
Man, a melting pot. You had all kind of stuff going on. For my era, everybody was jumped out the porch at 11, 12, 13, so it was a whole lot of action. It was like the Wild Wild West, just right there in that little city neighborhood, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. Well, hey, links will be down below. Shonzarelly, man, first time on the platform, won't be the last, you know what I mean? So y'all make sure y'all go check his music out. Power to Tell TV. You saw it here first, and we out this thing.
Yeah.